Tanner's in the
building. Big shout out to Sis, another one of our main queens for sure. Goddess. Make sure y'all show us some love down there for sure, man. And tap into her channel as well. Sis got some good content over there. She been cooking for sure, consistently. So make sure y'all tap into Sis joint as well. Another one of our main queens for sure. Goddess. Make sure y'all show us some love down there for sure, man. And tap into her channel as well. Sis got some good content over there. She been cooking for sure, consistently. So make sure y'all tap into Sis joint as well.
Hey, decernngoddess, I'm glad I seen you and I can catch you to tell you this. I don't know what you doing, but you on fire, discern. I got 3 of them folks who's from Colorado, and they love you, mama. Shout out to the video where you said Shedeur giving you props to all the aunties out there. What if I tell you all the kings giving you props? Like, where I drop the ball is where beautiful queens like you pick it up. you definitely did a great job in picking it up on the news, breaking down information, anything pertaining to Colorado, anything like that. Where I slack, a fire mama like you definitely pick up. So I just I was waiting to see you too, because I know it's my fault. I don't go live a lot. I don't be on this internet like I used to a lot. I will change that. I will be here more. In fact, I want to be on your platform more. I ain't gonna lie, you popping, and this why I be telling I didn't tell Discern to follow the program. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm proud of Discern because she knew for herself she can do this.
Good afternoon, everybody. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Give me some indication in the chat. Can I get a 1? Can I get a flower? Can I get a star or something? Let me know if my mic is on. Can y'all hear me clearly? Can the family hear me? Hold on. Is my mic on? All right. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate you for being my production assistant today. Thank you, Miss Linda Gamble. Thank you, Jennifer. Oh, thank you, y'all. I am so happy to be here, y'all. I know it's been a few days and things have been happening. And trust and believe, when I am away from the village, it gnaws at my soul because I feel like things are happening and I should be live. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Cash. Thank you, Linda Gamble. Thank you. And I'm like, oh, I need to talk about this. But you know what? Anyway, I ain't gonna even get into all that. I am here, okay? And if you all, hi Tanja, welcome. And if y'all don't know nothing else about me, y'all have learned at least in the 7 days or 5 days, whenever I posted those last 2 videos, y'all know I am a sensitive flower. Things that get to me, they affect me. So a lot of times it's hard to get on here, click go live, and talk about things when they are actually happening. I know this is a man's space, and the dudes and the brothers do it well. They can hold their emotions together. I can't do that. You know what I mean? Either I'm going to cry or I'm going to cuss. There's no in between when I'm feeling extremely emotional. So I have to gauge myself when I hit live and when I want to talk about certain things. Like I needed this time to go by before I talked about a lot of the things that were happening. Let me know if y'all understand what I mean. I ain't as tough on the inside as a lot of us. And as some people might think I am. Kimberly, I yes, ma'am. So you get me. And when I come to y'all, I want to make sure the content is quality and that you can come back and listen to it again if you need to. And sometimes that if you may have children in the car and we forget to put the earbuds in, that auntie is not over here cussing everybody out. So I need the couple of days cushion before I can come over here with the village, especially with the sisters, and we can have a great conversation between women, men, sisters, and brothers. It's been very stressful. It's been very stressful. And and again, it's not hard to talk about it, but it is a tough conversation. And one thing I pride myself in doing is having tough conversations, because a lot of times we avoid tough conversations, y'all. We don't like confrontation, but guess what? Adversity happens in life with everybody. We can't retreat all the time when we have some adversity to come up. So we have to talk about those tough conversations. What are the tough conversations? Well, with your new administration, critical race theory is a tough conversation. Anytime something is happening, they don't want us to bring up the differences in why it's happening to one group of people and why it's not happening to the other group of people. Okay? Linda. Okay, see, this is why I be needing the chat to chime in. Y'all help me out with all of that. So when we address the differences in the disparities and opportunities, why is it so heavy on one side and not the other? Welcome, Peter D. Welcome. It's always a pleasure to see you tap in. So they never want us to talk about, for instance, why is this just happening to the black players and not the white players? Don't bring up black or white. Then they try to dismantle your whole comment, your argument, your the whatever you give to the conversation. Then your conversation becomes null and void. But we're not doing that over here. What do I mean by we don't like to have tough conversations, y'all? Let me tell you something. I ain't here to downplay nobody else's channel. I wish everybody the best. But when I sit and watch y'all, people here in my chat and other fans and other chats, the main question y'all like to ask me, well, why do you think they doing that? Y'all know y'all be asking people that when they go live. Y'all be in the comments, well, why they doing this to Shilo? Why they doing this to Shedeur? Why they treat Coach Prime children like this? What's the answer y'all get? I'm gonna pause for a second. What be the stuff they tell y'all? I saw one person shrug their shoulders and point to the back of their hand. Come on, Kimberly, say it like an IS is, okay? We know what it is, but why is it on YouTube? Now, if we support Coach Prime, and you know what? You just reminded me. Good afternoon. Welcome to my channel. I am Discerning Goddess. Over here, we love Coach Prime. We support Coach Prime, and we support the University of Colorado football. We are internet aunties, internet uncles, and internet cousins. And we enjoy advocating for our young people, especially when they are not in a position to advocate for themselves. And with that being said, we have a show today, and I had got into it before I can introduce myself. If you're new here, welcome. If you feel like this is a space you would love to come and join the chat, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like this video, because if you're new here and you sat here for more than 5 seconds, you like something. So go ahead, take your shoes off at the door and hit the like button, okay? Welcome, welcome. When you see those people in the green, they are our channel sponsors. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you see anybody in blue, we don't have many mods over here no more. I'm trying something new. But if you see them show up in blue, they ain't never here. They're never here. So it should be only 2 Blue Ranches who never show up anyway. And those are my actual family members who got too much time on their hand to come listen to me ramble on the internet. But I appreciate when they do show up, y'all. So with that being said, my question was, when you ask your favorite YouTubers, why are they treating Coach Prime like this? Why are they doing this to Shedeur? Why are they doing this to Shilo? Why are they doing this? I saw somebody point to the back of their hand the other day and shrug their shoulder on camera. Baby, I said, oh, is that how we supposed to be as content creators? We can't even tell the truth. We can't say what it is. But you call yourself supporting Coach Prime in Colorado, but you can't even say what it is. Do it how you want to do it. But I am not that type of person that just scared to speak truth to power. That's the way I see it. And there's nothing wrong with telling the truth. But to some, it actually does not fit well with who they want to attract to their channel. They can't say this is because Coach Prime is a black man. They don't want to say this is happening to Shedeur because he's a talented black athlete. They don't want to say this happened to Shilo because he's a son of a black man and he's a athlete that has a lot of potential and he makes other athletes insecure. as a black rookie coming from such a background in a father household that he's coming from, with everything that he has on his resume. They don't want to say that. I don't know what is so bad about saying about showing up the different disparities that exist between black athletes and other athletes. Y'all help me figure this out in the chat. What's the difference? What are the show? Give me some talking points, because this is our show today. What are the disparities in the NFL between black athletes and other athletes? Give me one moment. Let me drink a little bit of water real quick. Okay, I am back. Just so you know, if I sound a little raspy, if I sound a little congested, I did have to go to the ER and get some IV treatments because your sister was out of commission past 2 days. But I am here. I said I can't go another day. I couldn't come talk to y'all because I didn't have no voice. Couldn't do nothing. And I'm not the type of person that runs to the doctor for every little thing unless the pain is unmanageable, and the pain was unmanageable. I am a healer by nature. I got everything in my house to heal everything, but if I cannot manage the pain, I am out to heal. Okay, I gotta go let them people see what's wrong with me and fix what it is. And they was able to give me some IV, hydrate me. I don't know how I got dehydrated. Hydrate me, give me something that starts with a T, gave me something that starts with a D. I can't pronounce any of them now. And it took the inflammation out of my body, took the pain away. And I came home and I slept for the rest of the day. But I was at the hospital for a bit. But y'all, I'm here. So I might take a break every now and then, drink some water so that I can reset my, vocal parts, my tongue, my tonsils, and everything else I need to get some words through. So I'm going to apologize in advance if it sounds a little ugly over here. Okay, but thank y'all for sticking with me. Just getting that voice back together, Tanja. And it doesn't help to even see all this stuff happening, because again, as an empath and you're seeing all this stuff happening, you're taking it on internally. So it becomes of the psychosomatic symptoms that make whatever is going on with you, it adds to it. So I had to, because I was at a family event during the game and I could only look at I glanced at the live streams that were taking place, and I saw that it was not going well. So I had to turn my phone off so that I could, because I was sick then. Let me turn my phone off. But baby, when I woke up the next day, it was like, nope, I gotta go to the hospital. But no, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't help to take in all of this negativity, all of this adverse information in a body that's trying to heal. So I did my best to get myself together, because I had to come on here, y'all. It's too much going on. Where the family at? Okay, let's get to what y'all. Let me see what y'all say. What's going on with these people? So Kimberly Nash says racism is in all aspects of life, shouldn't be denied. It shouldn't. It should not be denied. And I'm not understanding why many of us, we're over here. We decided to be Colorado content creators, but for what? Because we wanted to help. We wanted to get monetized, or did we come to be a Colorado commentator to support Coach Prime? Did we come to be a Colorado commentator or a content creator to defend Coach Prime because it was so much against him, to defend our nephews? Then we have to figure out why some people are Colorado commentators, because when it gets hot out here, Where are they? Where do they stand? What type of content are they bringing to us? Because what we want them to address, they refuse to address. Like I told y'all, one person held up the back of their hand and refused to say it was because Shedeur and Shilo are black young men. Coach Prime is a black man. And then you have some say, I don't know. Are you serious? You're really going to tell your audience you don't know? That's okay if you don't know how to articulate it in the way that we get it. I understand that. But for you to just not address it, it is, I don't know. It's underwhelming because you have an audience that wants, somebody actually had to ask you that, more than one people. I'm watching the chat. I'm watching it as a roll. And you're skipping over people asking you a question. And then somebody who you finally talk to all day in your chats asks the same question. You just, I don't know. Come on now. We got to do better. Maybe you don't want to ever address black and white issues. I get it. Well, then you make a channel where you can address them. But to sit here and deny your subscribers answers to their questions because you scared, or you can't, or you just don't know how to articulate it. But you clearly have an opinion. So those are the things I have observed. And the other thing I observed too, that you will have some kind of so-called Colorado content creators new to the CU space. They will never mention a name. They talk hard. They talk heavy. They speak with all of these facts and all this stuff, but they will never mention a name over there on that Cleveland side. So you gotta wonder, like, come on now. I don't know what side of the fence you on, but I hear what you're saying. And a lot of it look good and feel good, but baby, who you with? Y'all know that song, Who You With? Who you with? Because when it comes to the people that antagonize Shedeur every day of his life, when it comes to people that keep their foot, or they try to keep their foot on Coach Prime's neck, when it comes to the people who orchestrate things that have put these young men, and right now today, sitting in the position that they're in, going through what they're going through, you don't mention a name. I can't, I don't know. And here, how you talking so hard and heavy about Shedeur, but you won't even mention them people name over there who politic against him. The people who control the narratives in the media, you won't mention their names. You won't call the people out. I can't take stuff like that seriously, y'all. So, but if this is just your hobby, I get it. But outside of all that, y'all, standing up for those who can't stand up for themselves, that is a part of my purpose, and it's purpose work. It doesn't come with me standing up on the soapbox all the time, but whatever I can do to help somebody come up from where they are, help them do better than what they was yesterday or a minute ago, that's my purpose work. If I got to pour into them, I do that. If I have to do something to add value, I do that. If I connect them to other people that's going to push them where they need to go, I'm going to do that. But I ain't finna sit here and sell you a pot of doo-doo. You know the term, and it ain't doo-doo. And tell you it's sugar. Because there's a lot of people on YouTube selling you poop, making you think that is sugar, wrapped in a Colorado bow. And my last statement about this, and I want to talk to the women. No offense to the men at all. But for us ladies, discernment is a must. Discernment is a must, because we add value, we add substance, we add a lot of motion to a lot of these channels. But what we be able to do is make sure these men are not dividing us as women. because we know it's harder for us in every industry, not just YouTube. It's harder for us in every industry. So when you come across a man that tells you not to support another woman, I need for you to ask God for guidance, okay? Because no man should be interfering with the natural sisterhood that God puts in all of us, and have you disliking a woman you ain't never met and telling you not to support somebody just because they can't have their way with her. I hope I said that right where y'all can follow me. Because there's no reason why women in sports should not be working together. And I for myself, when men come to me with foolishness trying to put themselves in women's business, that is the biggest red flag of forever. So anytime a man has come to me about another woman, I let him finish what he gonna say, and I've never talked to him again, because it ain't none of your daggone business. Why are you trying to put me against her? And I'm sure if you over here in my ear talking crazy about some woman, you over there talking crazy about me. So I would like for us women to pay attention to that stuff and just block it out. Support who you want to support, but don't let nobody tell you not to support somebody because they don't have their way with a sister or a woman in this space like they want to. That's it. That's all. How y'all doing today? I see Mac done joined us. Sel Mo done joined us. Welcome, brothers. Welcome, brothers. Ooh, y'all done got me started this morning. I appreciate y'all. So yeah, Kimberly Nash got us started off with it. I mean, the elephant in the room is a lot of content creators. Your favorite CU content creators, they are afraid to say. It seems like they are afraid to say or talk about the disparities between white athletes and black athletes. They don't want to touch it, but we cannot avoid it. We can't. I can't respect no man, I'm talking about an actual biological man that is sitting here watching all this happen, whether it's on the field or the boardroom, and you say you don't have no comment about why it's happening. You better have a comment about something if you want some respect from me. Point blank, period. Or just forget about it. Because as a woman, we look to y'all for support. We look to y'all to hold us up. And it's too much. It's bad. Y'all sitting here, Coach Prime is getting crushed in the media. And all y'all wanted some clicks and views. Man, let me go on. It's just definitely systematic, sis, JB. Definitely. And even though it's systematic, we are more powerful together than we are divided. Speaking of that, if y'all have not followed me on Twitter yet, you can follow me at favorite auntie. And in my, let me see, favorite auntie, I think it is. Wherever you come up with that zero, that O is actually a zero. So yeah. I wasn't even on my working page. I was over here just running my mouth. So I done went through a lot of my talking points and didn't even know it. So yeah, very different people. Very different people. And I tell you this, in person, I know I'm gonna be different because I am a true introvert. But I'm still cool on the inside. But once I get around people physically and meet them in the physical, then my spiritual guard is up. So I'm very sensitive to energy. I'm very sensitive to stuff like that. So if I appear different in person, I'm just processing my environment. But everything you get over here, just know it exists. Okay, for real, for real. But to see me physically, to meet me in person, I might appear a little different until I'm a bit comfortable with the people I'm surrounded by. But I do want to say shout out to the monitoring spirits, y'all. Speaking of the spiritual realm, what is a monitoring spirit? Some of us probably know what this is. Some of us probably ain't never heard of it before. Some of us are learning about it today. So in the spiritual warfare terms, a monitoring spirit is believed to be a demonic spirit sent to observe or track your actions, especially when you're trying to draw closer to God. It may report back or influence situations, relationships, or your thoughts subtly, okay? This idea isn't named directly in the Bible, but it draws from the themes like spiritual surveillance in Job 1:7, from going to and fro on the earth, and the unclean spirits following and tormenting people in Luke 11:24-26. So I need you all on your own time, or whenever you get, just go ahead and do some research on different places about monitoring spirits. And I said all that to say is, during this hour, sometimes when we're dealing with things and you why they keep people seem like they're getting the upper hand and this, that, and the other. Listen, I have had my share of monitoring spirits over here, okay? And it's okay. Welcome. They are welcome too. That's why we are on subscribers only today. I want to talk to the people who support me in this chat, because if you are not subscribed, you don't get to party in the chat, okay? Party in the chat are for people who are here for real. If you just got to get to know me a little bit, go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and subscribe and come back later. So we're about to have a real conversation. What do I mean by monitoring spirits? I'm going to say this and I'm going to move on. In my next few videos, and I might do something in this video, I will be dropping specific talking points. I will be showing certain things and tying things together that if they have happened on YouTube, I don't know, because I don't follow a lot of people that have my mindset. So when you hear people reproduce my content, when you hear people re-speak my talking points, understand those are people who are not subscribed to my channel, and they sit over here and watch and take and talk shit about me to other people. Those are the monitoring spirits I'm talking about. So you can come over here and watch and get ideas for content, but at least this is what you can do. You can cite your source. I don't have no problem when I use some of Bless One terms. Shout out to DJ Bless One. I let him know I'm using his terms. But I'm not going to sit and hate on somebody. Come over here and watch their content, the stuff I bring to us that I took my time to put together, and that's fine. But it's my intellectual property. And you don't get to not fuck with me and steal my shit and reproduce it somewhere else like it's yours. Excuse my language, because I'm talking to some niggas. It ain't no woman that's doing this. It's niggas that's putting women against each other, thinking that they're doing something. And a lot of times I don't even be looking for it. People send it to me. I said what I said, and I'm not going to address the matter no more. The next time I come back, I will be dealing with this in a different manner. In the meantime, there are some HBCU grads that have created an app that helps people expunge their records and file petitions without an attorney. There are a lot of people that need that. There are a lot of people. So if you need, go over to Black Enterprise or the Black Network, find the information. If you know somebody who knows somebody, that need to go and clean their background up, introduce them to these two brothers so they can go and get their shit cleaned up. Because don't start no shit with me, it won't be no shit. Okay? Don't start no shit, it won't be no shit. And when I tell you, if I open my mouth, I'm dragging everybody down. So y'all better go find the right person to play with and leave me the hell alone. And you're right, Mac. I am not the favorite YouTuber today. Because you know my real name and you know where to find me. And you know damn well I'm not with that shit. Go get your life together. All I do is sit over here and try to make light and bring information and all that stuff. And y'all around here playing and thinking shit is a kiki. Instead of y'all addressing these dudes y'all have issues with, you want to come over here and start a fight with a woman. Well, if you want to start with a fight with a woman, I'm going to have to fight like a girl. And it's never fair. So leave me alone. And you have been warned because I know y'all watching. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. So I had to drink some water. So we getting there, y'all. Let me get this little bit of news out the way. Target, I think we have been effective in the boycott for some of us who are, I didn't know I was participating in a boycott, but I say, hey, when they remove all the black, designers and creators out of Target and put everything on the clearance rack, that really made me feel away. Like, had they not put everybody's stuff on clearance, I probably still would have been going to Target, but that was just too blatant for me. So I was like, let me fall back on Target. And y'all, I don't shop at Target. I shop at Target. I have been a card-carrying member of Target for over 25 years, okay? I loves me some Target. But I ain't been there in a while. They've been sending me mail trying to get me back in the store, asking me how could they get me to come back and all of that. But honey, the writing was on the wall. Their CEO finally stepped down from the Target backlash. But the reason why I'm bringing us this is I have a question to the village. Do we need to do to the NFL what we did to what we did to Target? Because we're sick of them. We're sick of them, y'all. Do we need to make an example out of the NFL like we made an example out of y'all? I'm real tickled. Do we need to make an example out of the NFL like we done? Joyce said, yep. Let me drink some water. Yup. I think we need to. Now see, I blame y'all. Y'all ran y'all little selves down there and brought up every jersey that the NFL had to offer that had a number 12 on it. Y'all went and bought the damn jersey. Now the people think we all talk and nobody. Come on now, Samir. I'm with it, okay? Now the people think whatever they gonna do to Shedeur, Shilo, and Coach Prime, it ain't gonna affect their ratings. It's not gonna affect any sales. It ain't gonna move nothing. Says who? The black dollar is a mighty dollar. And they know that. But what they don't believe is that we have the ability to withdraw our support. No, Matt, you wasn't here earlier. I just got out of the hospital yesterday. I have to drink water because I'm losing my voice. Hold on 1 second. No, I ain't finna cuss. JB say she only got a LeJohntay jersey. Well, who? Okay, tell the truth, y'all. Put a 12 in the chat if you went and got the 12 jersey from the Doodle Clowns, the Cleveland Clowns. Put a 12 in the chat if you really went and bought one of Shedeur jerseys from over there, from the Cleveland Downs. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. And this is what I was saying in the last video. The city of Cleveland, y'all have to stand up. If y'all do not like what's happening to Shedeur and how things are going, y'all are right there. Y'all are right there. You work in the city, you work at the stadium, you work at the facility, you live there, you pay taxes there. Okay? Where y'all have to lead the charge. Lead the charge. Okay. Oh, Peter D. Oh, you got your 144 hoodie. That's right. That's what we need to be pushing and pushing people to go get is to support Well Off. Because right now, Shedeur hasn't opened up his merch website. And I believe too, the reason why he didn't do it, hasn't done it yet, probably is because he really didn't want the backlash. But hell, he getting more than backlash right now. He getting more than backlash right now. He is getting crucified. So he may as well open up his website and go ahead and bring those dollars to himself. Welcome, everybody. I really appreciate y'all being here. Welcome, Lady C Speaks. I see Kay Hayes. Welcome. You said I held off because I knew it was some mess going on from the start. It just didn't feel right with me. And trust me, I will support them. I will purchase everything they sell. If they put dirt in the Crown Warrior bag, I'm going to buy the dirt in the Crown Warrior bag. If it comes from Shedeur, Shilo, Shalomi, or Bucket, even Deandra. Hell, I got a show queued up for Deandra. I had to take her content out of this because I really wanted to get to the brothers. But Deandra's coming up this week. But whatever they bring to us, we're going to buy it. Okay? But we don't like the way the NFL is treating them and how this is playing out. So my question is, do we need to do to the NFL what we did for Target? Which is tell them their services are no longer needed. That's what I want to ask the village. I didn't want to go out here by myself and make these comments. I need to see how many people with me. Because y'all be like, I'm with you. Oh, you cussing today? Matt want me to cuss so bad. He is such a bad influence, y'all. Can y'all handle Matt in the chat? Mac, if you want to cuss, you can come up here and be my cusser. I don't want to cuss right now because it's daytime. Catch me at night. I'm trying to have a real show. You down here playing. I'm going to try not to look at you. But if you want to come up here and be the cusser co-host, you can be the cusser co-host. But it will not look right if my baby nieces and nephews are in the car with their parents and they hear me. It's like, why is Auntie saying that? Bad word. Like the baby's over here telling me that's a bad word, sugar mama. I'll be like, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, Linda says she's down with a get down. I know that's right, Miss Linda. Yes. You said, yes, we started it on X today, day 8. Don't support anyone or anything from Cleveland Browns, period. I know that's right. I'm serious. That's what time it is. Of course, just be creative in how you say it, JB. Just spell it. Alternate some of your words with symbols. Okay? Use the @ sign with your A's. Use the cash sign for S's. You know what I mean? Just alternate some of your words with symbols. We get it. Leave that up. That's your choice, PC. But the NFL is the one that started this, and everybody else is backing it up. Okay, so let's move on with the rest of the show. I love y'all so much because y'all be acting up in the chat, and I love me a silly chat that love to get down. Okay, but did y'all see that video of Tom Brady shooting his shot at the little sister. Tom, we didn't forget about how you left Shedeur hanging on draft day. We did not forget. We didn't forget. And that's why I brought you up to the front, Tom Brady. Because you used to be cool with us, but the way you did Shedeur, we ain't gonna never forget. And today I'm holding everybody accountable. You ain't gonna play in our face. Nah, Tom Brady. Nah. So let's get into Mr. Tom Brady with his shenanigans, y'all. So Tom Brady was on a show. They say her name is Atta Girl, followed with the Where You At. We see you, GOAT. So let's see.
Thank you. It's a lot to deal
Beautiful.
with. But when it's a good day, it's a good day. Today's a good day. Lot to name.
Atta girl. Where are you at?
I'm in Philly.
Morgan, I love your hair.
Thank you. It's a lot to deal
Beautiful.
with. But when it's a good day, it's a good day. Today's a good day. Lot to name.
Atta girl. Where are you at?
I'm in Philly.
Morgan, I love your hair.
Thank you. It's a lot to deal
Beautiful.
with. But when it's a good day, it's a good day. Today's a good day. Lot to name.
Atta girl. Where are you at?
I'm in Philly.
Morgan, I love your hair.
Oh, I'm sitting here wondering why y'all can't see the video. Let's try it one more time.
Thank you. It's a lot to deal
Beautiful.
with. But when it's a good day, it's a good day. Today's a good day. Lot to name.
Atta girl. Where are you at?
I'm in Philly.
Morgan, I love your hair.
Thank you. It's a lot to deal
Beautiful.
with. But when it's a good day, it's a good day. Today's a good day. Lot to name.
Atta girl. Where are you at?
I'm in Philly.
Morgan, I love your hair.
Thank you. It's a lot to deal
Beautiful.
with. But when it's a good day, it's a good day. Today's a good day. Lot to name.
Atta girl.
So yeah, Tom Brady over here. Tom Brady, now beloved, we was all cool with you until you pick sides. And this is me talking. Y'all have your own comments and your own theories and your own opinions. Feel free to share them in the chat. Again, although this is my show, I am not taking over the opinionated space. If you disagree with me, you can definitely put your comments down in the chat and even come up here. I would love somebody to, talk with, and we can talk about it and have a deliberative dialogue, especially if it's an opinion that doesn't necessarily go with mine, as long as we can do it respectfully. But Tom Brady, I don't know if I got enamored with the Tom Brady relationship with him and Shedeur by Shedeur saying that's his mentor, or Tom Brady said Shedeur is his mentee. I'm not understanding. But I did look at him sideways that time when Coach Prime had him on live stream. And Tom Brady told Shedeur he need to start worrying about cars and get his behind in the playbook. Like Shedeur did. Shedeur is playing great then. The only thing Shedeur lacked was an O-line. And it's always interesting to me that when Shedeur has a bad game, like even the one he had a few days ago, people just say he had a bad game. They don't say anything about his lack of protection or his lack of help. But that's a whole nother story. But Tom Brady, you've been doing shady stuff against Shedeur for a long time. And I'm not sure what the conversations were leading up to draft, but there were several things that took place that I saw happening. But man, oh man, the way that happened with Shedeur, if nobody else took Shedeur in, we expected the Raiders to, because you sitting over there, Mr. Mentor. Mr. Shedeur is a ambassador of your apparel. Shedeur lifts you up. What he did, He spoke well of you, and everybody left Shedeur out there to dry, all the way to the 5th round for 144 pick. And it's different with you, Tom Brady, because then after that happened, you out there saying, well, it happened to me. I was the number such and such pick, Again, y'all, there's a difference between us and them. I want us to be clear. Let me drink water. And it's clearly deeper than what we see. Coach Prime is a very intentional man. He has been extremely meticulous and intentional on how he adjusted, how he constructed his family, and how he raised his children. He wasn't one of those men that got rich in the NFL and blew his money like a lot of them do. They play in the NFL for years, and you see them today. They working on a 9-to-5. I know a few of them, okay? I know a few of them. They work with me. It doesn't necessarily they're doing bad, but they made a lot of money in the NFL, and they're living off their pensions or the little NFL check they get. But they did not transform their NFL monies like Coach Prime. So when you see clear men stick together, it's not just that they don't like Coach Prime. They don't like how he transferred, how he turned around and transformed his family with the helpings of his work from the NFL in the Major League Baseball. He didn't go and spend his money frivolously inside the strip clubs. He doesn't have a substance abuse issue, okay? He's not a functioning addict, okay? He's not any of that, He's not around here getting caught with little girls. He's not. The list can go on and on. Y'all put some stuff. Coach Prime is not that. The only problem they have with Coach Prime as a black man is that he has amassed wealth. He has created an empire out there at Country Prime. He has put his children in position not to need no one for nothing but their daddy. Okay? So he has a trust and an estate that his children can live off. Y'all, that is called legacy. Legacy. The children didn't grow up in struggle. They grew up in love. Okay? So when we look at mainstream, over here it's called lamestream media, with their narratives, they want children, and no disrespect to families that struggle, they want children that came from hand-to-mouth situations. Lights was out, grew up in the projects. Newsflash, they are demolishing all the projects. Look in your cities. They are tearing them down. So that's no longer going to be the story of people. It irritates me when I hear people use that to describe our young players. And you're talking to a woman that's had a career working for housing and urban development. Those are my clients, y'all. So newsflash, children, our players, the new players are out of high school, even if they are low income. They don't live in the projects no more, y'all. They got a Section 8 voucher. They live in the suburbs. So stop saying that, because they don't identify with it. Now, they may come out of a single family home, but guess what? The mama worked hard and she make a good check. Okay? With her Section 8 voucher, she's trying to turn nothing into something. And she removing those children out the projects. Those are the children y'all are seeing, because that's what it is. And I'm saying that because those are my clients and I cheer them on. So yeah, Coach Prime he's definitely done everything that they don't want black men to do, including stay in their children's lives. He is everything that they think Black people are not. Coach Prime is a blueprint for many people, including other people that are not in the Black community. So has he probably made some mistakes when he was an athlete? Yeah, but he was younger. Why he can't have grace? Why Coach Prime can't have grace? I saw the video when he went looking for the man to my where he at? Where he at? Hold on, I think I got it up here. He went and found that man and poured ice on his head. Y'all remember? Don't be talking about Mama Connie. Don't be talking crazy about Mama Connie. I think this is right here. Okay, let me show y'all. Coach Prime is a lot of things. So when they attacked Shedeur on draft day, that was an attack on Shedeur, y'all. That was an outright wage of war on the Sanders legacy. What they don't want to happen is for Coach Prime to produce from his lowings, his namesake, to do what he did with his earnings. That was an outright attack on the legacy and the generational wealth on the Sanders family. I could be wrong. Every time I bring this up, I tell somebody to come up here and tell me something different. So when Tom Brady stuck to code, talking about he didn't have no control, he didn't have nothing to do with that when it came to the radius, I think you're lying. When Jerry, what the man over there at Dallas Cowboy, he stuck the code and he had the most devilish smirk on his face, like he enjoyed it. You know what I mean? During the draft process, like, yeah, we did it and we'll do it again, god darn it. That's how Jerry looks in his face. I can't even talk straight right now. But yeah, they all colluded and got together to shut down Coach Prime's blessings and intentions that he had for his sons. They do not intend to grow the Sanders empire anymore. You have to come to them a certain type of way, a broken Black man, before they help you. So I'm going to show this video. I may have to mute it because it has some you say his eyes was twitching. Yes, baby. If you want to see the character and what people made of, look at them during certain moments. They'll show you exactly who they are. When you having a hard time, if somebody around you is too happy, that should be looked at. Yes, Jerry Jones. If you just had a hard moment, you just experienced anything that didn't go well for you, and you talking to somebody who happy, they might not show you that they're happy about what's going on with you, but they just happy. Like, damn, why are you so happy? You need to look at the spirit of that individual. But Jerry Jones, for him to be a friend of the Sanders family, was so happy during that time. I was like, oh, look at the devil. The devil is out. Let's look at this.
Spike Lee called out Deion Sanders for being too cocky, and it was all because of this magazine cover.
And Sports Illustrated putting that bum on the cover, what's his name? On Atlanta Falcons. Deion Sanders. Deion, he should be shot. That guy, he's going to get a knee injury, another 2 years, 20 pounds of gold around his neck. Jericho, he's going to be a bum on the street.
So 4 years later, in Deion Sanders' debut album, he called him out.
Spike Lee dissing the prime was ridiculous. But when you haven't met me, but now you on the TV screen trying to check me. You try to make me look low. Claiming pro-black, this no black man on a white man show. I see your true color. I know what you's about, nigga. You ain't pro-black.
But Deion Sanders wasn't done. In October 1990.
Y'all, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna wait for my film to catch up with y'all. But listen, did y'all hear those lyrics? Go back on your own and find the lyrics and replay them. because this song, along with the accomplishments of what Coach Prime has done, this is young Coach Prime. This song lives rent-free in them people's head. And I bring this up to say this. They want to erase all the history that what they have done to a whole entire race of people. But they're not going to forget this. You hear me? They want us to forget everything they've done. But they're not going to forget this. And the reason why I say they're not forgetting it, because they're making his sons pay for it right now today. Right now today, Shilo and Shedeur are paying for this. And there's no slack to Coach Prime. He just doing Coach Prime at the time. He was Deion. But the people, the NFL, the Shield, those owners who sit at that table, they ain't forget this.
A football game in Miami, followed by a baseball game that same night. And instead of it being a crazy feat, Deion Sanders was ridiculed for it. And it was led by Tim McCarver, who said that Deion Sanders was incredibly selfish for snaking his teammates.
The next victim, Tiny Tim McCarver. The jealous buck at the audacity to try to start controversy. Said he wanted an apology. Those silly comments you make it never bother me. I got an ego. Yeah, man, that's what they all say. Cause I'm prime playing 2 sports in one day. But I got 2 jobs, 2 responsibilities. I got 2 papers. All this versatility.
If there's one thing you take from this, is that you don't mess with Deion Sanders.
When your mama call you and tell you how upset she was that this man is talking about you like a dog, where I'm from, you handle it. Where is he at?
Where's the car? Where's the car?
Right here. Right now. There you go. I got some real man. You know that? You are a real man, Deion. I'll say this. I am. Because I did it in your face. I didn't do it behind your back. I came straight to the horse and fed it.
And just like that, some people are saying this is the reason why Shilo and Shedeur are experiencing all of this backlash because of how Coach Prime handled his business when he was a professional athlete. I'm not going to say yay or nay. I ain't going to say I agree or disagree, but I will say this is what I know about men. A man going to be a man. And there are certain lines you don't cross unless you want a problem. Okay? Coach Prime stood on business then. He handled business then. And I like I told y'all, I support Coach Prime and we love Coach Prime. So if Coach Prime say what it is, that's what it is. And that's where I stand. But with context, you have to add context to, and I'm not justifying anything that these people are doing. Because when it comes to their children, their history is to lie, cheat, steal, and kill. That is how they've gotten all over, not just in the United States, but all over the world. Lie, cheat, steal, and kill. So right now we're on the lie, cheat, and steal portion of it when it comes to these young men. They lie on them daily. They cheat them out of their opportunities, their stats, and great players to surround them, speaking of Shedeur, and steal. And that's all with the both. You steal from them by creating these narratives. So you're taking support away from them. You're probably taking money out of their pocket. That's how y'all, and it irks me to see a smirk on somebody's face like Dylan, as if he's really getting ahead based on his talent. Boy, you are getting ahead based on your privilege. And that's why he can get up in front of us and do stuff like this. Y'all, I'll never forget.
I totally understand that. And my job is to compete. And that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but, it's something that I'll get used to and just want to be the best team that I can and create an environment where we can all go. Yeah, I think it's just part of it. You know, there's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. And my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but you know, it's something. There's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. And my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but you know, it's something that I'll get used to, and just want to be the best team that I can and create an environment where we can all go. Yeah, I think it's just part of it. You know, there's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. And my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but you know, it's something. There's entertainers and there's competitors.
Okay, so the question, they have nothing to do with that. But here's what I'm gonna say to Dylan: that smirk you got on your face, you better hope you have enough protection to keep it there, because we know you can't take a set like Shedeur take a set. That's a difference. There's a few differences between you and Shedeur when it comes to being on that field. Shedeur is accurate. Shedeur is, of course, taller. Shedeur is more poised, okay? And Shedeur is built for it. You're not built for it, baby. So I suggest you wipe that smirk off your face. But the reason he got a smirk on the face, on the left side of the screen, because he know he was throwing shade at Shedeur. It didn't have that response had, in my opinion, had nothing to do with the question. She was asking him about the backlash and the things that people say about him out here. So he goes and projects, talking about the difference between is entertainers and celebrities or some shit. Excuse my language. So this is, y'all, what y'all just heard was him saying what others are saying. Be it his former coach at Oregon, he having these side conversations with his coach. Be it Kevin Stefanski. Be it some of his friends in the locker room. Because we cannot sit here and act like people are not jealous and envious of Shedeur. And one of the reasons he told his daddy, don't come out here. He told his dad, don't come to Cleveland. Because it's going, you know, he knows why people don't like him, but he's not letting it get into his head either. And sometimes you can have enemies who they know they don't F with you, but they will position themselves to be a part of your opportunities, to be a part of the blessings that God give you. So if his dad comes out there to Cleveland and people in the locker room get to meet Deion Sanders, you know, have a word with him, stuff like that, y'all don't even mess with me like that. So no, I don't want y'all in my daddy face. So these are the things I could only assume Shedeur is thinking about. But for Dylan to have the courage to get his little 5'7" ass on camera after he done threw the ball, turned the ball over twice, y'all, and had the pride, and I'm really biting my tongue. I am biting my tongue. He had the nerve to get out there and throw shade to somebody who can run circles around him as a quarterback. I'm gonna play this one more time.
I totally understand that, and my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but you know, it's something that I'll get used to, and just want to be the best team that I can and create an environment where we can all go. Yeah, I think.
So it's so deceptive. He want to throw shade at Shedeur, and then in the next word he goes, "I just want to be the best team that I can." How you gonna be the best team that you can when you make a divisive statement like that? Okay, and whatever happened, because PR got to him, the communications team stepped up, or Kevin or Jim Haslam. Listen, tell him to go out there and fix that. He has to take that back, honey. He got right out there and walked it back. But what I was telling some people, I said, no, he should have stood on business. It would have made a better fitting if he just would have said, listen, it's just how I feel. That's where I see it as. But he got his ass up there Mr. 4'11", got his behind up there and walked it right back immediately after. I would have respected you if you got up there and kept that same energy in that press conference. I would have. I surely would have. But you got up there, walked it back because they told you to. But if that's not how you feel, you should have stood on it. You said, okay, I'll go up there. And you should have got up there and said, listen, this is what I said. But I'll reiterate it. Let me clarify my statements. And you should have stood on business. But Shedeur, being Shedeur, and we love us some Shedeur. W12, W Shedeur in the chat, y'all, because we finna get to our baby in a few seconds. I'm looking for this Dylan video so we can see what a duck do. This Negro duck walked that comment back real quick. I thought I had it queued up, but maybe it's over on another platform. Let me look somewhere else. Hold on. W12 in the chat for Shedeur, y'all. W28 for Shilo. Because y'all know over here, we stand. We stand us, the Sanders family, honey. We are going to talk about it. And we're going to talk about it in a way that your favorite YouTubers do not. And that's no shade or slack to anybody in their channel. It's not. But I'm just not the type of person in life to beat around the bush. I definitely get to the point. And I don't like blinging anything. So it's hard for me to sit and watch people ignore the real issues. But I can't get to that right now because I thought I had Dylan's retracted statement saved, but I don't. So I guess it wasn't meant for me to show it. But he retracted it, and I'm sure many of us saw it. But my point is this. He shouldn't have retracted it. He should not have retracted it. He should have stood on it. He should have stood on business. And I saw somebody say in the chat that Dylan is Hawaiian. Yes, he is Hawaiian. I'm not sure why that came up. That don't mean nothing. Because everybody that comes in this country always puts themselves above the original people, which is the black man and woman. So yes, he's Hawaiian that benefits from the privilege of being in the space of others, and they are showing us that as we speak. Because he falls short in every way when it comes to Shedeur being side by side as a quarterback. But because he has privilege of fitting in other spaces, they would rather lose a game with somebody that's prone to turn the ball over and can't take a hit to save his little life rather than put a better quarterback in the game. And that's fine. That's fine. This too shall pass. And guess what? The rejected will always be respected. We just got to be patient as a village and let this all play out. Like Dino told me, he said, let it play out. Let it play out. Y'all, I was so embarrassed doing that doggone video where I was over here crying and carrying on. I really was about to end this live stream real quick. I did not expect any of that to happen. I was so ashamed of myself. And lo and behold, I go out. People sending me stuff. Let me hush. Bye. Okay, let's move on. Oh my God. Hey, Coach Prime, how you doing? So last week was an interesting week, y'all. A lot of information started coming out, and we finna pull it all in right now. A lot of information started coming out, confirming what we had already knew. So let's get into this statement by Eric Dickerson. Give me one moment.
Good source, a very good source. And he said that say this much here what I heard from someone. Say this much here and
let me know when y'all can see the screen. I don't know what But the Fire gonna do without Shilo. That's gonna be such a pivot for him to make, because I think he was Shiloh's biggest fan. I don't think he's gonna be able to act up like that for another player on the Bucks team. Okay, great. Let's start.
And what I heard from someone that's in the NFL, that the NFL told other don't draft him, do not draft him. We're gonna make an example out of him. And this came from a very good source, And he said that I won't say who. Somebody called the Cleveland Browns and said, "Don't do that. Draft
really?
him. Yep, draft him. Don't do that." Because they weren't gonna draft him either. They weren't gonna draft him. I'll tell you this much here. What I heard from someone that's in the NFL, that the NFL told other don't draft him, do not draft him. We're gonna make an example out of him. And this came from a very good source, And he said that I won't say who. Somebody called the Cleveland Browns and said, "Don't do that. Draft
really?
him. Yep, draft him. Don't do that." Because they weren't gonna draft him either. They weren't gonna draft him. I'll tell you this much here. What I heard from someone that's in the NFL, that the NFL.
So Eric Dickerson, Hall of Famer, NFL Hall of Famer. And we knew the calls were going around. If we go back and replay leading up to the draft, first they were going to have the draft party at CU. Then they moved the party to the Sanders family home over there at Lake Prime. Okay, it is my feeling that Coach Prime got a heads up that he didn't know what was about to happen or go down in this draft, but he knew something was going to happen in this draft. He just didn't know what and to what extent. So if we look at how they changed the venue from CU to the home, it is my recollection. I could honestly say, okay, when I want to do something close to home, because they didn't just move it, they say with friends and close families would be the ones who were invited, right? So that to me said all that I needed to know, that it's not an open event. We later saw that some of the students were there from CU, staff were there from CU, but it wasn't a big public event. Because what we witnessed, we would not have thought that this would ever happen. But it happened. So we're here now. So Eric Dickerson said somebody confirmed it. And I'm sure that someone gave Coach Prime a heads up as well. So he wanted to move his son and his family into a protective environment, a one that protects their emotions or their feelings, because at the end of the day, we all get emotional. But for Black men, we want to make sure you keep your dignity when you are having your moments. And for women too, you know, y'all expect us to be crybabies. Y'all expect us to go through some changes. But as a Black man on display right now, if Shedeur felt like being emotional, he was home where his dignity will be maintained and not entertainment for the world to make fun of. Same with Shilo. Yes, Roger Goodell knew. Wait, was that at the combine, he said, or at the Super Bowl? He said something to Shedeur. He said, "No, I'm not worried about you. We worried about your dad." So this collusion, that ball was rolling a long time ago. and how they were going to fix the Sanders family, how they were going to handle Shedeur at the draft, how they were going to shut them out if they made it to the NFL. So we are here now, and guess what? It is never going to end. Okay, the Super Bowl. It's not going to end. They have intentions to make sure these young men do not get any success out of the NFL. And we witnessed it this weekend. There in life, I don't believe in coincidences at all. If you tell me, oh, it's a coincidence, I'm gonna sit there and be looking at you with a side eye because I don't believe in. I never did. I don't believe in coincidence. Now, are some things ironic? Of course they are, ironically, but there is no way in hell, coincidentally, Shedeur had this terrible ass game and Shilo was attacked and got ejected on the same damn day. That's not a coincidence, y'all. That's by design. That was calculated and it was planned. Call me a conspiracy theories. I don't care. I'm a realist at the end of the day. That was not a coincidence. It was by design. So let's fix the language. That ain't no damn coincidence. That was a calculated event that happened. And there were hands making it happen. You said, and wasn't Roger Goodell in Cleveland's also? You must be talking to somebody in the chat because I don't remember. One more time, Eric.
We're gonna make an example out of him. And this came from a very good source. And he said that.
So my question would be, he said, and we're going to make an example out of him. Make an example out of Shedeur or make an example out of Coach Prime?
Do not draft him. We're gonna make an example out of him. And
That's
this
Shedeur.
came from a very good source. And he said that, I won't say who, somebody called the Cleveland Browns and said, don't do that. Draft
Really?
him. Yep, draft him. Don't do that. Because they weren't gonna draft him either. They weren't gonna draft him. I'll tell you this much here, what I heard from someone.
So what we can do is send some prayers and energy and protection about all on Eric Dickerson, because you know him speaking out that pissed a lot of people off. And the main person was Kevin Stefanski. What we saw Saturday happen to Shedeur, and this is what I know about mean people. Some people just have a spirit of meanness. And they utilize their positions and power to oppress and suppress others. And when you're dealing with a narcissistic person in leadership, they will make your life miserable. So this went viral before Shedeur's game. This statement from Eric Dickerson, it went viral. And what do we get? We get Kevin Stefanski putting Shedeur in the game that set up to make him fail and set up to make him look terrible as a quarterback. And we know he's neither of those things. But Kevin Stefanski, he utilizes his power as a head coach based on what was going viral. He said, okay, I will fix this. How you like this? So there was a lot happening. And in terms of the X's and O's, y'all already know he was in the game with people who were going to be let go anyway. He didn't have no protection. Hell, he probably had Mary Kay and some of her girlfriends out there with a damn suit and helmet on, trying to act like old linemen. That's why he was getting busted up. They removed his wide receiver. They've watched Shedeur all of OTAs, all of training camp. Now Shedeur, being the quarterback that he is, he makes other people great. Shedeur has trained with different wide receivers, never the ones or twos, but he has made people better at their job. So for Sunday's game, they didn't even have the people that complement his skills in the game. So that set him up for failure. There was a couple of times I seen some pictures. Shedeur looked like a deer in headlights. That poor baby was, I wouldn't say he was overwhelmed, but he was bewildered. He was like, what the hell is happening? Hold on. No, that's not the picture. I had another picture where he was really looking like, wow. You know, he didn't expect any of that. And I think he said that. He didn't expect it. So that was said. Eric Dickerson said this. But y'all, Shedeur had one friend. So Cleveland, after that game, Cleveland sent a message. They sent a message to the rest of the team not to befriend Shedeur. Y'all don't believe me? Anybody that befriends or supports Shedeur in that locker room, they are going to find a way to release them. They want Shedeur. And also, did y'all hear Bucky say Cleveland Browns did not give him any media credentials for the game, y'all? Did y'all hear him say that? But they got this lady in the they had this lady all up in the locker room with a camera in Shedeur's face. They denied Bucky credentials twice. They wouldn't give him credentials for the Panthers game. He had to get his credentials from the Panthers side. And for this last game, they didn't give him any credentials. And Bucky is a legitimate media company. So we have to ask Cleveland, what y'all trying to make us do? What is the purpose of all this? Cleveland Browns. Are y'all trying to keep his brother away so that y'all can mistreat him? So he can be left alone, as if Shedeur cannot function on his own? We know he can function on his own. You want your abusive, passive-aggressive, unprofessional media people to provoke him? Is that why y'all don't want his brother around? These are real questions. These are real questions that I would love to have an answer to. Give me a moment, y'all. I'm trying to pull up this next video. Here we go. Here we go. Video ready. Okay. Let me know when y'all can see the screen.
And speaking of that, I kept getting.
Okay, here we go.
And
there we have it. So that was Tony Brown. He offered his friendship to Shedeur. his cultural, spiritual protections to Shedeur for Shedeur's first NFL game. And I thought that was so benevolent of him to do. I really was. I just thought that was extremely. I was like, oh, this is impressive. I like him. Look at them. When you see our youth going out doing things, because they could be doing other things. If we want to be honest and talk about, there are many other things that these young people could be out there doing, partaking in. It's a whole host of things that they could be out there doing. But you have one young man, both of them are professional athletes, Lord. The little Tony Brown body, I'm like, baby, I think he played wide receiver. That boy ain't got no percentage of body fat nowhere. All I see is abs, okay? But shout out to him and his discipline. He's very disciplined. You can tell by his physical presentation. I thought I put the list up here. My goodness, y'all. I was in a hurry to get y'all today. Let me upload. I hope I got room. Let me upload this list of cuts they did for sale. Nothing is a coincidence, y'all. Nothing is a coincidence. Don't let nobody tell you it's a coincidence, because it's not. It's by design. I ain't got enough room. I got to delete something. Hold on, I'm trying to pull this list up. There we go. All right, here we go, y'all. So Shedeur's only friend that we can see that was real genuine to him, Tony Brown. So this is the list as of yesterday. Cleveland Browns have made the following roster moves. They contract terminated T. Jackson Barton, Tony Brown, Tyler Huntley, and Nick Needham. And on the other side, you see all those other people. And most of those people that Shedeur had to play with in the game are also on the Wade side. They were released as well. So Shedeur was playing in the game with a host of players who it was their last opportunity to prove that they belong on a team. And they were lacking in the talent, to be honest. Either they couldn't block or they didn't want to block for Shedeur. I really didn't see no one even try. And then I was told that not only were they not even on the depth chart, but they were playing against the second team for the Rams. So here you put no talent on the offensive side and line them up against the talented defensive side, knowing daggone well that talent on the defensive side can run trains over them to hurt your quarterback. This is where we say Shedeur was set up for failure, because that makes no sense. So for the people who like to say it's not about race, why are you talking black and white? It is, because they didn't do it for Dylan. This is a rookie quarterback. Why wouldn't you protect your rookie quarterback? You gave Dylan all the protection he needed, all the opportunities he needed to look good and have a great game. But you did the complete opposite to Shedeur. So is it because he's a black young man? Is it because he's a young man that, according to the owner, he didn't want to draft anyway? Why would you do that? Because he clearly can do the job. So why wouldn't you give him the personnel to help him do the job? Not only that, y'all let him drive all the way down the field, even though he was tackled so many times, he still got in a position for the 2-minute drive. You take him out the game and you let somebody else do the 2-minute drive. That was an attack on Shedeur's ego and his mental toughness. Y'all have to understand what a narcissist does. This is what a narcissist will do. A narcissist will do things like this. Their version of throwing a monkey wrench into your happiness is popping your balloon and taking the air out of it. That's what narcissists do. They will watch you plan to do something great. They will know your intentions to present or what your goals are. And they will wait to that moment to become a problem to you on the day of your expectation. They get into your head right before you go on stage. They get into your head right before the event. They'll come up and make things all about them. They would even accidentally, seemingly knock a big old cake off the table, ruin your presentation, some shit like that. That's what narcissist people do. And you have to understand the antics of narcissists so you can remove them from around you. Right now, Shedeur don't have a choice. They're so jealous of the Sanders family, they don't even know how to act. Even though Shedeur does not flaunt his wealth, all he does is want to get out there and play. He want to show that he can do it. I don't even think he's really competing, not verbally, but what they don't want is him to have any support around him, although they coddle Dylan and give Dylan all the support in the world. Because in your head, come on, y'all, if we're honest, when you know you're wanted, when you know you're loved, when you know you have all these things, it helps you do your job better. So when they remove all of this emotional and mental support from Shedeur, now he's in his head. Because not only is he playing against his team, he's playing against the adversity that comes with him, his coaches, the owner, some of his teammates. Now I got to play this game because it's everybody against me. And even the refs. We saw what happened with Shilo. So they released Tony Brown, and I believe it was retaliatory. That's where I'm going with this. They ended their contract with Tony Brown. One, he's too cultural for them. They don't want no sexified black man walking around his African garbs. Now, if I see Dylan walking around with roses around his neck, I'm going live. Because y'all just got rid of Tony Brown for walking around with his scepter, his little stick, his staff, and for dressing like an African. Y'all just fired that boy. It ain't had nothing to do with what he can and can't do. You just didn't want all that cultural, what y'all call wokeness. You didn't want Shedeur to have no support. That's what I want. That's why I pulled that up. That's what I wanted to say. Now, we see Dylan walking around in his goddamn hula hoop skirt and flowered shirt and roses around his neck. You're going to hear me. I'm coming back to address it. I sure am. Y'all gonna be sick of me. If you're just getting here, I'm Discerning Goddess. Go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel. I just got a long show for us today, y'all. And I got a few more presentations to make. And we will be out of here. We would be. But I do want to thank y'all for joining me today. And it's not that late. So if y'all want to come up here and touch on some of these subjects that I've already addressed, feel free to ask for the link. And I will drop it for you. And I want to say thank you to everyone over here for being patient with me and supporting me thus far. You all are the greatest. I did see Val C come in. Welcome, sis. You say they only protected Flacco and Dylan Gabriel. It makes no sense. The Cleveland fans has to stand up. They have to stand up for Shedeur. We are supporting him, but if the fans stand up, they will have to make some changes. Exactly. I don't know if you're just getting here. Hi, Wanda Mobley. Thank you for joining the chat. I appreciate you. And it's always a good thing to see people join the chat because you know the chat is subscribers only. So I'm seeing some of these new names come up. So y'all done be subscribed. So welcome, sis. Welcome. So yes, I can tell you I am in Central Florida, so I am considered Tampa Bay. I just don't live in Tampa. But what I will tell you, sis, if you go over there on the YouTube, the TikTok, and Instagram, the city of Tampa, the Bucks fans, they highly pistified. Let me drink some water real quick. The Bucks fans are pissed T.O. off. They are pissed off about what happened to Shilo. We're gonna get into that. So yes, the fans. Oh, okay, I was in your town last week over there doing some work. Welcome. So they are pissed off. They are not liking this at all, and they are saying something about it. So yes, the Cleveland Browns fans, they have to stand up because see the issue that I keep hearing mainstream media say is Shedeur's fan base. His fan base. We are not the problem. We didn't start this. So y'all have to, what we have to do is remind people of how it started. See how it started, they want to blame us for the engagement. No, they want to blame us because we stand up for Shedeur. But what they fail to realize, it was Tony Grossi and Mary Kay, their in-house so-called journalists, right? Who started all this mess, putting all those lies out there. And they thought they were going to be able to do that with Shedeur and assassinate his character, tear down his skills and abilities. They had no clue. We have been following this family since them children been little children in elementary school. We have been watching them in sports since they've been in Pee Wee, what they call Little League, what some of y'all call Pop Warner, what we call out here, Optimus. I mean, we have been following these children. So when I tell people don't call me no fan, I'm family. I take my auntie seriously. Okay? Put some respect on my presence. I'm a family member. Talk to me better. I ain't no damn fan. So when they want to blame stuff on the fan base, that's them projecting onto the fan base, but they will never be accountable for the lies that they told. Let's go back to those first lies. Mary Kay said that Shedeur was not a good quarterback and he was Cleveland drafted him because they felt sorry for him. That's what she said. So that's when she threw the first lick. She threw dirt in our eyes with that. Then Tony Grossi, for volunteer OTAs, he out here putting out the wrong stats for Shedeur and trying to put out. Excuse me, y'all. Let me drink some water. Tony Grossi was out there putting out the wrong stats, complete lies when it comes to Shedeur's showcase inside the volunteer OTA. So that's when everybody jumped on their head. So now we're here now. They want to complain about the fan base. Well, you should tell your in-house so-called journalists to just report the facts. Don't get out there and try to agitate people. But they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. They wanted to see how this fan base responds and shows up for Shedeur, and they got what they was looking for. Now they see, they saw then, they see now that Shedeur comes with overwhelming support, and they don't know how to utilize that support. They wish it was something opposite. Yes, they are allowed to be that way, and Tony Grossi and Mary Kay, they are allowed to be unprofessional. They are allowed to lack integrity. They are allowed to lack integrity because there was a day when journalistic integrity was a thing. You would not be respected if you didn't have it, and they don't have it. So to me, they are trolls with microphones and iPhones, in my opinion. And the Cleveland Browns organization, in my opinion, has them on payroll to control the narrative, to put out different things. They will never say anything negative about Dylan. You heard what they were saying. Aside from the 2 turnovers, baby, that's like me considering to marry a man who got nothing, who been in jail, in and out of jail their whole damn life for terrible things or minor things. But the fact is, you got a criminal record your whole damn life. What, I'm supposed to look over all of that and still marry you? That's how they present Dylan Gabriel. Aside from the 2 turnovers, ain't no aside from 2 turnovers is 2 turnovers. The hell? And this is when I say they do things to gaslight the masses. They use their media platforms to gaslight the masses. And like fools, a lot of us fall for it. And it's interesting to me too. And y'all, I'm about to go on a little roast session real quick. I got to take a break. I'm just going to laugh for a moment. We just going to, let me take some comedic relief real quick. Let's add some levity. Give me a moment. Yeah, they came up with every excuse. It was the receiver's fault. They shouldn't have ran that route, or who did the fumble? It was the center fault because Dylan fumbled the goddamn ball. Excuse my language, y'all. Ooh, I get pissed off. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But it's always people that look like this, and I'm not gonna even turn his mic on. The mayonnaise be written all over their face. When they finna turn the camera on and say something crazy, outlandish, and that makes no sense about Shedeur, they look like this. I saw a man look so disgusting. Y'all, he had no neck. He looked like he walked to work in a whole swarm of bumblebees and wasps. His face was bumpy. It was swollen. It was red. He just looked disgusting. They always look like this with a certain haircut. Y'all know what that haircut is. It went viral last week. To say something crazy and untrue about Shedeur. This is why when they tell us, why is it always a black and white? Because it be y'all. It's always y'all coming up with the bull jump. Coming up with the bull jump. Just disgusting. Look like you smell real. You know, it just make my stomach turn. Like, you, out of everybody you can talk about, you, sir, have the nerve to put Shedeur's name in your mouth and try to criticize him. I beg your pardon. Go find your kind. Go find your kind, beloved. Go find your kind. I'll quick tell somebody to go find their kind. No, this is not a conversation you should be in. Listen, if you can look at somebody on the video and they look like they smell, Yeah, they probably smell in real life because they were looking disgusting. I'm like, ugh, the nerve. Stop talking about my nephew. Mac, you been going too far. But everything Mac said, y'all, everything Mac said. Yep, everything Mac said. So let's get over here to Shilo, y'all. Oh my God. Ugh. Which video I want to hold on. Shilo. We love our nephews over here. If you're new to the channel, we are internet aunties, internet uncles, and internet cousins. And over here, we are the village. And we love Coach Prime, and we support Coach Prime, and we support CU football. One thing I can tell you, and I've always told my children, and if they remember, they'll even tell you, we don't start no fights. We are not bullies, so we don't start fights. But if somebody come up on you and they don't take heed to your warning signs to leave you alone, we don't start fights, but we will damn sure finish it. And there have been a lot of times I got called to the school about my one son who wears glasses, and I feel like his glasses made him a target growing up, where children felt like they can pick on him and try. He didn't wear those cheap Walmart glasses. No disrespect to anybody that does. I had good insurance, so he was wearing good glasses in the 3rd or 4th grade. He was walking around with some Diesels on, some Ray-Bans, some Fossils, and them the ones he picked out. So you know they tell you when children wear glasses, let them pick out the frame. They'll be prone to wear the glasses. So for some reason, he would always gravitate to the most expensive frames. Okay. So I get to the school, they call me, and they want to tell me what he did, right? This is how it happened. Boom, boom, boom. I understand he's a boy. Things happen. I also want to know how it started. See, that's one thing. That's how you know your child's teacher is a good teacher, because she will give you the unbiased story. Don't come telling me how it ended. Y'all can't hear me? I'm not muted. Y'all can't hear me? Give me a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Okay. Thank you. Y'all help Miss Joanna out. So I was always the parent. Please don't just tell me how it ended and what my child did. Tell me how it started. And then after the teacher or whoever, the administrator, would do their part, then I'll turn to my child and say, what happened? And see, y'all, this is all in just communicating, and this is all in, as a parent, you have to advocate, right? So there were times when I would, after hearing from the teacher or administrator, I would then ask my child, what happened? Do you know there are some professionals that would interject and say, I just told you what happened. Okay, now Mama Bear has to show up, because I came from my job. Y'all called me from work, so let me do me, okay? So the person was like, I just told you what happened. I was like, yes, and I want him to tell me what happened. And, I give you that little side look, that look. So this is one of those moments where I see Shilo standing up for himself yesterday or Saturday. And I want to say, too, what the NFL displayed when they started this whole silly-ass, petty-ass collusion with Shedeur is they have created an environment for others that are emboldened to also taunt Shedeur and Shilo, to call themselves making examples out of Shedeur and Shilo, to get some clout off of Shedeur and Shilo. They have created such a negative environment because they are Sanders' children. In a moment. And seeing Shilo get attacked, because that's what it was. Shilo was attacked and he defended himself. It's football, there are rules. I get it. We expect them to have more discipline. I understand. But I would never expect any of our young men to sit there and let somebody beat them across the head and then they walk away with their pride intact. I would not. So let's get to the video. Let me know when y'all can see the screen. Let's go.
Sanders. Right there. And a shove back.
We're going to watch it with no sound because we want to watch this. We don't want to listen to it. So this is just one angle, y'all. And I saw from another angle as well. First of all, there are three things were happening. The play was dead. The whistle had been blown. You can see 84 still charging at Shilo. I don't know if this bastard need a hearing aid. I don't know what the hell was wrong with him and why he didn't hear the fucking whistle. Excuse my language, y'all. But I'm pissed. I'm so pissed. Let me drink some water. Hold on. But the whistle was blown. But 84, he had already targeted Shilo. He had already targeted Shilo, and Shilo was on his mind, honey. And so he didn't have no choice but to defend himself. Like, dude ran up on Shilo like Shilo had done stole his lunchbox money or something. So yeah, a couple of things were happening there. The play was dead. Shilo was attacked by a thug and what's that? The Jets or the Bills? Which one we talking about today? The Bills. He was attacked by a thug in a Buffalo Bills uniform. We're gonna call it what we call it. He was a thug, an uncivil savage in a Buffalo Bills uniform. Shilo was attacked during the game, and I'm going to blame this on the NFL. You all created this. You all created this. You gave people courage to be their disgusting selves when it comes to the game of football. It's not even football anymore. We can't even enjoy football because they're coming out with the intention of doing some racist bullcrap on the football field, knowing that the white officials are going to excuse it. So, and that's exactly what it happened. This man came swinging at Shilo, punching him and pulling his face mask for a good 4 seconds before Shilo responded. And then Shilo got the whistle and the penalty on Shilo. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all gotta hold me. Y'all, and I'm gonna always give props to Coach Prime and Pilar because them some dignified people. You hear me? And they are their whole entire way that they are handling this is to be studied. Is to be studied. Because I can tell you right now, I wouldn't be this damn quiet about mine. Thank God for Coach Prime. Because, baby, everybody will have to show me who they with. Because they'll be getting told the hell off. Pilar, too, we know she got it in her, but she holding in. Unless they're just having these family meetings and getting it out amongst themselves, which is great. But, baby, them some dignified people. And if one thing we know about them Sanders, they're not going to act up out here. And this is why we love them so much. This is why we put them and the level of protection from our community like we do, because they don't deserve this. And the people that always attacking them, like, and it's always one group of people. Every now and then you'll get a fool that don't know no better that will do something crazy, right? But it's a group of people who rely on Coach Prime and his children to act on the principles of what they believe, right? Oh, they're not going to fight back. They love God. You damn right I love God. And I will fight in the name of him. So this is what I want my Christian subbies to understand. Jesus was meek, but he wasn't weak. And he also went to war and came out with a sword dripping in blood. Understand that. Jesus went to battle too. So I do not subscribe to Christian men who act soft. That irks me. I want to know you know how to stand up and will stand up when you have to. Not every time, but when you have to. You operate in discipline wherever you go. But when you are pushed to the point where you have to show up, please be a man. Show us you got it in you. I'm proud of Shilo. Not because he got waived or kicked off the team. Because you're going to do, I always tell people, you ain't got to like me. And we ain't got to ever be friends. But we can be civil. We can be civil in this workspace. And when you see me out, we ain't ever got to talk. But when I'm at work, don't be disrespectful. And don't do all that other stuff. Because then you'll see a different side of me, maybe, perhaps. I'll still smile, but I'm going to handle you the way you should be handled. And at the end of the day, Shilo was playing a game. He was a Bucks player, but the devil showed up in the number 84, an actual devil, and pulled out who Shilo is and a part of who Shilo is. And we know, if we know what Coach Prime has said about his children, don't y'all think everybody else has studied it too? Coach Prime has told us Shilo will always be out of all his children, Shilo will be the first to swing. Didn't Coach Prime say that? Okay. All of us have watched him grow up. Isn't Shilo a trained boxer? I need y'all to, I'm gonna wait until I get y'all attention. Didn't Coach Prime tell us out of all of his children, Shilo would be the first to swing? And I think that was after the CSU game when Blackburn put the illegal hit on Travis. Shilo wasn't in that game. And it was a good thing he was not in that game, because it probably would have had a different outcome. But didn't we watch Shilo as a trained boxer in his younger days? So there are many people who know what Shilo is capable of. So this is just the first person to provoke it. This man knew coming into that game that he was going to provoke Shilo and he was going to get something out of him. And he did. Yes, on the show. So if we know this, we have to understand your opponent study you too. Your opponent study you too. I don't walk in any room assuming that the people don't know me. They probably went through my LinkedIn page. They don't try to find me in other places. I automatically know that it's at least one person in there knows me, outside of seeing me for the first time. They have already done their research. So when they are playing against these opposing teams, they have studied more well-off videos than all of us put together. They have went and found all the content that the internet has still available. They done studied all kinds of things. So they are going to provoke them from the deepest of their what they consider their vulnerabilities to be. Okay? So when you see Kevin Stefanski removing all of any type of emotional support that Shedeur has, he knows Shedeur is the youngest son. He knows that Shedeur is a child that has been with his father 100% of the time. He knows Shedeur is close to his mom. He's used to having friends, he knows this. So when he removes all of the support from around Shedeur, that is a mental game. He playing games with Shedeur's head. Understand this. That man don't like Shedeur. He can't stand him. And he'll be damned if Shedeur looks better than any of his white QBs. He was going to fix it so Shedeur could look a hot mess every time. And that's what we saw Saturday. So with Shilo, your opponent is going to study you. Coach Prime said it out his own mouth. Out of all his children, Shilo going to be the first to swing. Did that not manifest Saturday? So now we have to go back and we have to do words of affirmation over our nephews, y'all. We have to speak intentionally. We have to speak in a way that those intentions are going to reach them and that we'll start seeing a change, because what's been done is done. We just hope and pray Shilo gets another opportunity. And I always tell people, I'll make a mistake, but I won't make the same mistake twice. And hopefully this is a mistake Shilo is going to learn from. They will discipline over talent always. Discipline wins games, okay? Discipline wins games. So I couldn't find this video earlier, but for context sake,
it's just part of it. There's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. And my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but it's something. There's entertainers and there's competitors.
So Dylan had all that to say, and our good nephew Shedeur came back out, and of course they're gonna ask him.
I don't think about anything. If it's honestly, I don't even think about nothing. I don't think about anything. If it's not words or anything, at this point I can't do anything to me. I know, the God put the ability and the power within me to not even think about nobody else's comments, not care. It is what it is. I spoke with him. He said, nah, bro, that He said that wasn't. He told me on the plane. He came up. He was like, "Nah, bro, that wasn't at you. I see how they trying to spin." I'm like, "Oh, all right. I'm not tripping. Regardless of whatever it was, I don't. Nobody's words or anything affects me, you know. So, yeah.
So did you believe him when he told you was it on you?
Did I believe him?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you're trying to start stuff now.
No.
I feel like you're trying to start stuff. I mean, he's doing his job. He's supposed to. Do I feel like he did? I don't know, and that's not on me to sit here and be like, "Oh, he did it." That's not gonna change my life in any way.
What's it been like?
Honestly, I don't even think about nothing. I don't think about anything. If it's not words or anything, you know, at this point, I can't do anything to me. You know, I know, you know, the God put the.
So Shedeur was asked about what Dylan Gabriel said. He was asked about the entertainer's comment and his, you know, retraction.
Ability and the power within me to not even think about nobody else's comments, not care. It is what it is. I spoke.
Shedeur said he don't care about nobody else's comments or any of that. He's focused.
For him, he said, "Nah, bro, that wasn't." He said that wasn't. He told me on the plane. He came up. He was like, "Nah, bro, that wasn't at you. I see how."
So listen, y'all. After this, all of this happened, Dylan Gabriel approached Shedeur on the plane. According to Shedeur is giving us the details. Dylan came to him to straighten this out.
He was like, "Nah, bro, that wasn't at you. I see how they trying to spin." I'm like, "Oh, all right."
Why do y'all think Dylan went to Shedeur to fix that? You think he went on his own, or do you think somebody told him to? What y'all think? He didn't want the air to feel awkward.
I'm not tripping. Regardless of whatever it was, I don't. Nobody's words or anything affects me, you know.
So when Shedeur says nobody's words or anything affects me, you have to understand. The whole time Kevin Stefanski is like, Eric Dickerson done came out. You got NFL players coming out defending him and supporting Shedeur. You have all these people supporting Shedeur. And Shedeur said this.
Affects me, you know. So.
Hold on.
You know. So.
Yeah. So did you believe him when he told you was it?
Affects me. You know, words don't. Nobody's words or anything affects me, you know.
So hearing that, he said nobody's words or anything affects me. So Kevin, through a monkey wrench, being the narcissist he is and the jealous type of person he is, he said nothing affects you. How about I remove all the support? If nothing affects you, let me see you do it by yourself, and I remove all the good players. If nothing affects you, you don't have a wide receiver. If nothing affects you, right? This is what he did after Shedeur made this comment. He gave him the worst schemes and no protection out there Saturday.
So did you believe him when he told you was it on you?
Did I believe him?
Yeah.
Now, I'm an Aquarius. Shedeur's Aquarius. I don't know how many more Aquariuses we have out there. But Shedeur is a great with the media. He is he does well. And this is why I love him so much, because I study him. As an Aquarius, just understand, we it might not be yes or no, but we ain't gonna tell you no lie. If you know us, you know what the answer is. It's always black and white with us. It's always black and white with us. And they're always trying to put Shedeur on the spot for some reason.
I mean, I feel like you're trying to start stuff now.
Great recovery, Shedeur. Great recovery.
I feel like you're trying to start stuff. I mean, he's doing his job. He's supposed to. Do I feel like he did? I don't know. And that's not on me to sit here and be like, "Oh, he did it." That's not going to change my life in any way.
See, it's right here where Kevin Stefanski, first of all, somebody was mad that Shedeur disclosed the conversation on the plane. Okay. Shedeur disclosed the conversation that Dylan humbled himself and came to Shedeur to fix it. One, they don't want the world to know that Dylan tucked his tail. Two, they didn't expect Shedeur to come out and talk about it. Okay. That part. And Shedeur did. He disclosed it. So that would make a few people uncomfortable.
What's it been like?
Honestly, I don't even think about nothing. He's doing his job. He's supposed to. Do I feel like he did? I don't know. And that's not on me to sit here and be like, oh, he did it. That's not going to change my life in any way.
Point blank, period. Nephew said that's not going to change my life in any way. So if I could translate real quick, forget you. That ain't going to translate my life in any way. But so I think it was a little misunderstanding up there earlier when I said, no, I always compliment the Sanders family on being very civil people, and the way they handle all of this backlash. So when I be saying Coach Prime is a decent man, that's a strong man, you know what I'm saying? He a civil man. That's me making light of how crazy I am, because I go batshit crazy about my damn children. And I know he's a professional. I know he can't do that, y'all. I know he ain't gonna do it. And even Pilar, her children are professionals, so I don't expect them to. I'm just saying, in humans, many of us who are right here on front and center, this will be a different experience for us. I don't know how many of y'all got children or in sports, and y'all are soccer moms and football dads, and we are hands-on with our babies, but that's our investment. Those are our little ones, right? So we put everything in us, we put in them, and then some. So it's just hard to watch this. You know, I be out of my mind. I can't imagine these being my children right now. I would have to call on the whole cavalry to keep me off the internet, keep me from driving up to the stadium, all of that. Because somebody, I'm talking about going way back to when Shedeur was getting attacked and tackled at CU. You mean to tell me not one of y'all can help him get up off the ground? Not one of y'all can keep him off the floor? Oh, couldn't have been my brother. See, even down to Deandra and Bossy, they highly dignified. Because the little sister that I am, you going to hear my mouth about my brother. Who old lineman over here? You? Yeah, I saw you. You barely tried to help my brother. Oh, baby, they'd have been getting a business. So I was not judging them. I was just saying they are great examples on how they handle all this. Thank you, Crystal, for understanding. That's it. I understand they have to be professionals. I get it. Trust me. I ain't at work right now, so my professional hat is off. But little do y'all know I'm highly professional when I have to be, okay? The code switch game stays on. Let's get through some content. I had to rewind that back because I was so proud of Shedeur in this interview, because one thing about Shedeur, he gonna tell you the truth and he gonna speak up for himself. And I want to say shout out to every analyst uncle. The analyst uncle's been showing up and they've been speaking up. And again, people don't want to. The NFL made this black and white, y'all. I probably would never be on this had they not did to him what they did. They turned it into a black and white thing. Even y'all got, and you know it's crazy when you have white folks out here defending Shedeur, right? If y'all got Urban Meyers out here, and he's well respected in football. Even he out here defending Shedeur. He said Shedeur Sanders isn't just a player, he's an empire. If I were an NFL coach, I'd build the entire team around him. People may like the spotlight, may not like the spotlight and flashiness, that comes with him. But I've seen enough to know this is the guy who will lead a team to greatness. He doesn't just play the game, he's changing it. And that came from Urban Myers. I would say Jimmy Haslam, cut the check. Fire Kevin and hire Urban Myers if you can. Yes, ma'am. After hearing Urban say that, the Cleveland Browns owners should have been tic-tacking away. Tic-tacking away. Get Urban on the phone. Get Urban on the phone. Tic-tacking away. Get Urban on the phone. Get Urban on the phone. That's what I would have been doing. How much can we get you here? Because now it's like, you know, the quarterbacks y'all have, y'all ain't got no hope in them. Y'all, you cannot sell me that y'all really believe in Joe Flacco, that y'all really believe in Kenny Pickett, that y'all really believe in Dylan Gabriel. Because if y'all not playing to win, then why are we here? I really don't think they're playing to win. I think sabotaging Shedeur right now is sport and play for them. It's sport and play for them. It's like, what else can we do to make him suck today? They wake up. They discuss this all night on the phone. How they're going to position him to have terrible moments in the spotlight. Let's see what the fan base think of this. Well, guess what? The fan base gonna put y'all on blast. That's what we're gonna do. Speaking of, Matt, they can't stand Shedeur, but their children go home every day talking about Shedeur. They love Shedeur. It be their own children. It be their own children treating Shedeur like he Michael Jackson. Shedeur is a mega star, and you don't think that get on some people's nerve? He ain't even cute. How many brown boys and girls y'all see in the crowd? Because I'm trying to keep up. I can't. So while y'all look for the little brown boys and girls, y'all find, let me go to the next. I don't see none. I don't see no puffy ponytails. I don't see no low cut Caesars. I don't see no locks. I don't see none. So that's my question. Help me out. I don't see none. So they can't stand him, but their children love him. So let me see what Asante had to say. Asante always going out, so I have to be careful how I share his content. So give me one moment.
NFL told other, don't draft him. Do not draft him. We're gonna make an example out of him. And this came from a very good source, And he said that, I won't say who, somebody called the Cleveland Browns and said, don't do that. Draft him. Yep, draft him. Don't do that. Because they weren't gonna draft him either. They weren't gonna draft him.
That's Hall of Famer, Eric Dixon. If you don't know about Eric Dixon, one of the first running backs to pioneer the NFL, the running back game. Used to wear the neck brace, and he was a dog out. But someone called the Cleveland Browns from what he's saying and said, don't do this. Don't draft him. Stick to the code. Everybody's been warned, and we said what we needed to say in the NFL. I don't know this man to be a lie. He's 100% credible in my eyes. I haven't heard anything about Eric Dixon making false statements, lying, and so on and so forth. He has no reason to lie. We all believe this is true because ain't no way in the world these people thought the quarterbacks drafted before Shedeur Sanders are better than him. Cam Ward was the only possibility. It's no way Shedeur Sanders drops to the 5th round unless what Eric Dixon has said is happening. Now, everyone understands that Joe Flacco is a temporary fix. I've been saying that from the beginning. It seems like the media steals my commentary and my hot takes, and they just go on and go with it. Starting Joe Flacco, in my eyes, is setting the team back. It's not making the team go forward. And it shows that there's a lot of confusion moving ahead in the future. Somewhere down the line, Kevin Stefanski will have to decide, when is it time to put Joe Flacco on the bench where he belongs? It's even possible Joe Flacco can be pulled in the first game of the season that he starts in. It's very possible. It's highly possible.
Thank you. Asante, we appreciate you, beloved. Thank you for standing on business, beloved. How y'all doing down there? Coach G, you broke your screen. Yeah, that was awful. That was awful. I'm trying to find this ridiculous question one of these reporters asked Shedeur the other day. Here we go, y'all. We gonna. I need to see if y'all saw the same thing I saw when this happened, because I was like, oh, is this what we doing? Okay, hold on. Let me know when y'all can see the screen. Woo, welcome everybody. Crystal Ware, hey girl, hey. Wanda, you still hanging with us? Thank you, sis. Miss Joanna still here. I appreciate y'all. PC in the building. Listen. If they run the Sanders out of here, we ain't watching football no more. Do me a favor, y'all. Please do not drop other creator names in my chat. Please. I'm not here to give nobody no free promotion. So I'm going to remove that comment, Coach G. We have to figure out a way to have a conversation and just say what you got to say without putting people's name in my chat. Do you ever hear them speak about me? Do they ever mention me on their platform? Do they ever send y'all over here? Don't put nobody's name in my chat that you don't see me promote. And the only brothers y'all see me up there with are the ones that really help me out. And that's Dino Up the Skull. And that's Blessed One over on I Smoke Hip Hop Live. And I'm just being honest. Wow, I must have a delay or something. There must be a delay in what I'm saying. Do not put any content creators in my chat. And that not only just in my chat, if I ever welcome you up here on my platform via sharing the stage, you can say on another show or something like that. But please don't mention people's name up here, because everybody ain't what you think they are. So I'm just gonna leave that there. Okay. If they're not mentioning Discerning Goddess over there, don't mention them over here. I mean that. And I'm saying this in the nicest way that I could possibly say it. I told y'all before, women don't get the support that the men do in this space in CU football and football period. Okay? We don't get the support at all from them. But they benefit from the support we provide to them, be it being their subscribers, be it providing them super chats, be it purchasing their products, be it being their members. They benefit heavily from women, but they do not support women at all and growing in this space. I'm not being mean. I'm not being nasty. I'm just saying respectfully, don't put nobody's name. I don't give a damn if it's their YouTube name or their real name. Don't put their name in my damn chat, because they don't fuck with me like y'all think they do. Now we're going to move on with our show.
3 days into roster cutdowns. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like you belong here on this team?
Obviously, I think overall as a player, I feel like I put in the work. I feel like everything I do, I try to do it to my best, and that's all I ask for. So I feel like everybody feels like they should be on the team. And if you ask anybody on the team, would they feel like they belong? They belong, in their own eyes. So I feel like I do, but I'm my own player. I think about myself in a high regard, of course. So it's not my decision.
Do you feel like a couple days, 3 days into roster cutdowns, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like you belong here on this team?
I'm gonna pause it right there on that look that Shedeur gave that lady. I'm gonna leave it on this screen right here. Shedeur's face is actually my face a lot of times. I'm gonna let the video catch up. But I'm sorry we had to make that break for a PSA. I had to give that PSA because I've been trying to be nice about it and tell the chat how to proceed, but I don't think it was coming across to a lot of people. If you don't see me promote them here, don't put them in my chat, respectfully. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So this face that Shedeur gave that lady, he gave that lady this face. I was like, Lord, she really trying hard. Like, why would you ask him about him, what he looking forward to in terms of the roster that's about to put out? Shedeur just gave it a look like, yeah, I clocked your teeth. I clocked your teeth. But I wanted to bring us here because I have some advice for Shedeur. Nephew, if you ever get this and if you ever listen, I know you have a job to do, and part of your job is speaking to the media. And you do that very well. And people that work in PR and work in public relations, we enjoy learning about others, and this is where we put on our best faces when we're talking to the talent, right? So I'll just say this, Shedeur, just because they ask you a question, you ain't got to answer the question that they asked you, baby. You can talk about whatever you want. So she asked you about the roster. You can be talking about how, the weather, how the weather held up, or you can talk about how much you love the Lord. You could talk about the meal that you're looking forward to have. I believe my mom came to see me today. I just can't wait to get home to see what she cooked for me. You could talk about whatever you want to talk about, baby. But you ain't always got to answer them old trifling helpers questions, because they really being trifling, trying to get a hot take. They trying to get a viral moment with you. Don't give them what they want, baby. Don't never let them see you sweat, baby. Shedeur, you don't have to answer their question. You can respond and you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Take that moment to talk about your shoes. Take that moment to talk about your Nike merch. They want to talk to you. This is going to be a paid promotion on them. Okay? This is what you do for them. You start meeting them where they at, Shedeur. Meet them where they at. Because we already know that you are the hottest thing back there and the only person they want to talk to. If you had the most terrible game of your NFL career, why they in your face? Why they in your face? Why they not over there talking to Dylan? Why they ain't over there talking to Joe Flatline? Why? Where the hell is Kenny Little Hands, Toddler Hands Pickett? Where the hell he at? They need to go find somebody else's face to play in. Shedeur, don't let these heifers play in your face. Why the hell they in the locker room anyway when y'all need to change y'all clothes? Shedeur, just because them basset hounds ask you a question, you ain't got to answer that question. And this your auntie telling you. Talk about whatever you want to talk to, baby. And that's the look he got on his face. He had done clocked her teeth real quick. I know y'all think I'm crazy. But I'm dead serious. And I said somebody need to tell him, Shedeur, you ain't got to answer none of them heifers questions. Talk about whatever. Talk about your favorite meal. Talk about your favorite snack. Talk about you got a new barber. Talk about all of that. But you ain't got to talk to them heifers no more. And as your auntie, I approve this message. I need you to stamp it. And the next time, when I see you change up and do it, that's how I know you got the message. Y'all, with that being said, I want to tell y'all I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for hanging in there with me and coming over here to chat it out and chat it up. Let me roll back through my content real quick to make sure I got everything. Y'all are the best. Thank y'all for rocking with me. But y'all do know, did anybody check the ratings this week? Yeah, Miss Mobley, little hands. We call him toddler hands. We call him Kenny Toddler Hands Pickett. That's why he don't never take them damn gloves out. And also, when he be up there talking on the podium, check him out. The next time y'all see Kenny Pickett talking to the press, he gonna have his hands tucked behind his arms. He gonna have his arms folded, and he gonna have his hands tucked, or he gonna have his hands in his pocket because he don't want the cameras to zoom in on his hands. Because see, people like me, I'ma pause it and blow it up and screenshot it because I want everybody to see how small his hands is. So if I don't do it first, I need y'all to do it first, okay? Yeah, Shedeur. That's how he got to do it, Matt. He got to do it back. Don't answer no questions. Just talk about what you want to talk about, baby. Chris, you said, baby, I'm for it all. Don't play with us. Stop playing in his face. I'm pissed off. I'm an auntie right now. Stop playing in my nephew's face. Shoot. Yeah, they be having Dylan standing up on a box so he can be taller than the microphone. Child, they can have him a little box up there so he can seem tall. They gonna stop playing with Shedeur because every time they play with him, I'm gonna come out here and roast the hell out their favorites. That's what I do. Don't play with us. God got us. Oh, I am. I'm gonna pause and zoom in. Shoot. It's so funny. Listen, I have to leave his face up there because see, I know what he's thinking. Yeah, they put the little step stool up there for Dylan. And Kenny Pickett gonna get up there and he gonna put his hands in his pocket and fold his arms so we can't see his little small hand. Y'all know the little hand clap toy that the children be using to make clap sounds? Tell me y'all know what I'm talking about. The little stick thing that got the hands on the end where you can make clap. They call it clapper. That's the image I have of that's the image I have of Kenny Pickett hands. His hands look like them little clappers. I'm like, this gotta be a joke. We ain't for real, right? This is not. Are we serious right now? But if they love it, if they like it, I love it. I cannot wait till he get out there and throw balls with them little ass hands, and all them balls go into the ground or hit somebody back in the head. I can't wait, because if I choose to zoom in that day, baby, y'all already know I'm gonna be hollering and screaming. That will be the joy, the highlight of the day. Simply because y'all done protected this guy. He done been out with a hamstring, ain't played not one preseason game, and y'all still got him at number 2. Where they do that at? Where do they do that at? At the Cleveland Clown Show. It's a whole circus. Man, oh my God. I would like for him to say no comment. Yes. I don't think they want him to say no comment, but he has his way of, like when he told that man, he said, I think you're trying to start something right now. But yeah, some things, Shedeur, I want him to work on, going to the next question too, or just saying, I'm not addressing that right now. Like he told them in the beginning, that's not his choice to make. When they was asking him about practicing with the ones and the twos, Tony Grassi being messy out there. And Shedeur respectfully said, that's not my choice to make. That's not my lane. You know what I'm saying? He's going to make the best of where he is. So, but yeah. So this is what happens, though. When the enemy can't get you, when they have come in your face with their so-called strongest, they'll send women in there because they know more than likely, they think every black man loves to see a white woman in his face. So he'll be more prone to be nice to the white woman in his face, asking him those silly, ridiculous, controversial questions to get a response or provoke a reaction out of him. So they sent their next device, which is the white woman, in there to ask him that question. And Shedeur gave her that look like, clocked it. You approached me all nice. Now here you go asking me this mess. But Shedeur, if you're not going to say no comment, baby, just talk about what's on your menu for tonight. You finna go home and enjoy your steak. We know our nephew love him a steak with only salt and pepper on it, right? He finna go home and enjoy the company of his mother and his sister because they did attend the game. He loves his family. Good night. That's it. All right. I gotta go too. Y'all are super. Y'all are the best. I appreciate y'all for hanging in there with my shenanigans. And y'all be loving it too. See, I see right now with this little group today, I don't act up. I need to act up with y'all because y'all act up bad. And with that being said, y'all, I love y'all. God bless you. Please be safe in your comings and your going. And I will see you all later on this week. I really will. Let's go.
Favorite auntie. You're my favorite auntie now. I appreciate that.
Shout out favorite auntie.
Favorite auntie. You're my favorite auntie now. I appreciate that.
Shout out favorite auntie.
Favorite auntie. You're my favorite auntie now. I appreciate that.
Shout out favorite auntie.
The building. Big shout out to Sis, another one of our main queens for sure. Scope Goddess. Make sure y'all show us some love down there for sure, man. And tap into our channel as well. Sis got some good content over there. She been cooking for sure, consistently. So make sure y'all tap into Sis joint as well. Another one of our main queens for sure. Scope Goddess. Make sure y'all show us some love down there for sure, man. And tap into our channel as well. Sis got some good content over there. She been cooking. For sure, consistently. So make sure y'all tap in the Sis joint as well.
Hey, decernngoddess, I'm glad I seen you and I can catch you to tell you this. I don't know what you doing, but you on fire, Discern. I got 3 of them folks who's from Colorado, and they love you, mama. Shout out to the video where you said Shedeur giving you props to all the aunties out there. What if I tell you all the kings giving you props? Like, where I drop the ball is where beautiful queens like you pick it up. You definitely did a great job in picking it up on the news, breaking down information, anything pertaining to Colorado, anything like that. Where I slack, a fire mama like you definitely pick up. So I was waiting to see you too, because I know it's my fault. I don't go live a lot. I don't be on this internet like I used to a lot. I will change that. I will be here more. In fact, I want to be on your platform more. I ain't gonna lie, you popping, and this why I be telling I didn't tell Discern to follow the program. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm proud of Discern because she knew for herself she can do this.